Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jessica if you are. Today is my Pan Those Eyeshadows update for the month of August. It's a few days late, but we are here all the same. It is back to school season, so I have been very busy and just enjoying summer. And eyeshadow and makeup has not really been at the top of my priority in the past 30 days. So I don't have a ton of progress to share with you today. And I will say now that I do not have any rollouts either. So that means we have a short and sweet video for you. So sit back, relax, have a nice little break with me and enjoy my Pan Those Eyeshadows update. Pan Those Eyeshadows has been around for quite a few years now, and people do it all sorts of different ways. For my project, of course, I'm trying to hit pan on these eyeshadow shades, but if I use them at least 30 times and I've had them in my project for at least 3 months and I still have not hit pan, then I do allow myself to roll out those eyeshadow shades to allow for something new to come in. But most of the time, if I keep to those goals, I am able to hit pan on these eyeshadows. This year, I'm working on 4 eyeshadows at a time in this project, and I'm using a combination of Lainey's prompts, who has a selection of prompts you can use to help you to select your own eyeshadow shades. And I'm also randomly generating palettes and shades that way. So a little variety on how these eyeshadows are coming in, which gives me a nice mixture of randomness and then also something that I can kind of choose my own color palette a little bit more. So let's go ahead and start off with that first eyeshadow shade, which comes from my Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette. I'm working on the shade Lavender Sky. I selected this shade from Lainey's prompts, which was something that starts with an L for Lavender Sky. So here's a swatch of Lavender Sky, and it's not the true lavender that you all know I wish it was. It has kind of like a peachy gold shift to it and doesn't pull very purple on the eye, but it's still a beautiful shade all the same. I do really like it. Here's what the shade was looking like when I first brought it into the project back in June. I reached for it 4 times during the first month, and here's what it was looking like last month. I was hoping to use it a few more times, but this month I also used it 4 times, making for 8 uses total, and here's what Lavender Sky is looking like today. So even though we don't have much as far as numerical progress, I think you are able to see some visual progress in this pan. I think the dip is starting to get pretty deep there. These shades are so soft that it's pretty easy to make progress on them quite quickly. And my plan is to go hard on this shade for the next month and hopefully have a pan for you by the next update. But for now, we are not quite there. I already have a pan over here in Peach for the Stars, which is the same like shimmer formula as Lavender Sky. And I feel like it's not much deeper than what we have so far going on in Lavender Sky. So I think maybe like 5 or 6 more uses, I should be able to hit that pan. And I'm not going to give up this month until I do. It'll be my everyday shade until I hit that pan, because I am determined to have this one out by the next update. This next shade also rolled in June, and it is from my Viseart Theory palette, and this is their Theory palette in the shade Amethyst. So this also came from one of Lainey's prompts. The prompt was a monochrome palette, so I decided to reach for this monochrome purple palette, and I'm working on this deep purple shade up here in the corner. So here's what the shade was looking like when I first brought it into the project back in June. I reached for it 4 times during the first month, and here's what it was looking like last month. And another kind of a disappointment, I was only able to reach for this 3 additional times, making for 7 uses total. And here is what this shade is looking like today. And I don't think you're going to see much of a difference from last month to this month. I used my finger quite a few times on this, and it's just pretty firmly pressed for a shimmer eyeshadow. And I'm not really seeing the progress on it that I would like to be seeing, but of course I don't have a lot of uses going on it. So, you know, I bet you if I used it more times, I would see more progress. Jess. Anyways, I'm doing my best on this, and you can guarantee that now that I'm back in school, going to work every day, wearing makeup every day, I will be reaching for this a few more times. I love to sheer out deep purples like this into more neutral colors, just to add that little hint of purple, suggestion of purple, and I intend to use it that way regularly until I hit pan on it. That's the goal. So this coming month will be my 3rd month having this in, but I'm nowhere near that 30 use goal, and I'm pretty darn sure I can hit pan on this before I hit that 30 use goal. It might just take me more than 3 months to do so. So this one's staying in. I'm gonna hopefully have better progress for you by the next update, but for now, kind of disappointing. Sorry about that. You know, I'm just doing my best. And the summer season is over, so makeup season is back on. And the next shade comes from my ABH Sultry palette. This shade came in just last month. I randomly generated this palette and then the shade Bloom using my Tiny Decisions app. So here is what Bloom was looking like as of last month. It looked basically unused, even though I know for a fact I've reached for this shade several times. It's just one of those shades that does not show progress. I reached for it 7 times during the past month, and here's what Bloom is looking like today. I'll hope you'll be able to see a slight disturbance in the surface of that pan, but the proof is in the pudding here. Even with 7 uses, there's not much to show for you there. Just like a mild scraping or texture in the surface of that pan. I believe this will be one of those shades that gets 30 uses over 3 months and doesn't get a pan. It's quite pigmented. It's very firmly pressed. It's not like powdery like a lot of their other shades in their palettes. So that's just the reality on this one, and I'm okay with it. I am excited to wear a lot of more pink looks in the next couple months. As you all know, this has been the year of pink. I have a pink look on today. In fact, I have bloom on today in my crease, topped with another shade from this project. But I know that I can reach for this 23 more times quite easily. I just need to remember to do so. And if I do that, it will definitely be out by the 3-month mark, but I don't hope to hit pan on this one. Sad to say, but just happy that this palette is out and getting use. It's a great one. I haven't really reached into a lot of the other shades, but I'm just happy that, you know, it's getting its little turn around the block this year. And here's the swatch right there of Bloom. That's quite a pigmented swatch. I really only did 2 passes over there, so you can see how pigmented that shade is and how little amount of product you need when you dip your brush into it. So you see it can be sheared out like I have it on my eye or built up like it is on my hand. It's a really pretty shade, and it does pull more neutral when you pair it with neutrals. So I can get a lot of use on it that way. And I forgot to swatch for you that shade from the Amethyst palette. So there you can see how pretty that purple shimmer is. And I really should pair these together more, but together it's just like a lot of purple. But I predict a lot of purple looks in my future, at least in the next coming month or two. And that's okay. You all know I love purple. Moving on to my last shade, which comes from my ABH Soft Glam palette, which also came in just last month. So I've been working on the shade Rose Pink, which is the shade I have all over my lids today. Except for the dead center, I did top the center of my lid with Thrill for my Natasha Denona palette, but the main color on my lid is from Rose Pink and from the Soft Glam palette. Here's the swatch of Rose Pink on my hand. You can see it's a nice, soft, neutral pink, very easy to wear, a great everyday shade. Perfect for going back to school, in my opinion. And by the way, this is another shade that was randomly generated. So here is what Rose Pink was looking like when I first brought it into the project last month. I had definitely reached into it several times, so it had a little bit of a dip going for it, but nothing much. I reached for it 6 times during the past month, and here's what Rose Pink is looking like today. And I'm actually really happy with the way that this dip is looking after those 6 uses. It's a very soft shade, like a lot of ABH shades tend to be. And I'm looking at the pan right next to it in Sultry, and it's looking pretty close. So I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 more uses on Rose Pink and I should have a pan on it. So this is another one that I'm very hopeful, quite definite, will be rolled out by the next update. So although we don't have any rollouts this month, we can look forward to some pretty sure bets next month, and that's exciting. Although I didn't hit any pans in this project, this is the video where I like to update you all on my pan percentage. So in the course of the year, I like to track my percentage of eyeshadow pans in my collection, just so I can enjoy those numbers increasing and knowing that my collection is getting used. So in total, in my whole collection, as of January, I have 435 individual shades of eyeshadow in my collection. And as of last month, I had pan on 83 of them. My pan percentage was 19.08%. So my goal for this year is to reach 20%. I would actually like to far exceed 20%, get closer to like 22 or 23%, but this is just, you know, a total trivial goal. Doesn't mean anything. It's just fun for me to track these numbers. I love data. I'm a numbers gal. So this month I did hit 1 additional pan. It wasn't in this project. It was in my Pan That Palette project. So if you're not following my Pan That Palette, definitely go ahead and check it out up here. I'll link the playlist so you can see the pan over there. But that 1 pan did put me up to 84 pans out of my 435 eyeshadows. So my pan percentage jumped from 19.08% up to 19.31%. So not a huge jump, but at least we had something to add to the pan percentage this month. And I'm pretty confident that if I'm able to hit those 2 pans in Lavender Sky as well as Baby Pink or Rose Pink, and if I get the pan that I expect to hit in my Pan That Palette, that should put me to my goal of 20%. And then I'll still have 3 more months to just drizzle that gravy on top and see how high I can get that percentage before the year is over. So exciting things happening over here in Jessica's little makeup project land. So I hope you're enjoying all of these fun data as much as I am, and just encouraging yourself to use your own collection. Don't go out and buy new things that you don't need. I have really lost the urge to buy eyeshadow palettes due to these projects and how fun they are. So if I can inspire you, that's even more fun. Last but not least, I would love to share with you some of my favorite eyeshadow looks I created using these shades over the last 30 days. So let's start off with this first look, a purple look. One of my favorite looks I created because, again, I just love wearing purple. This is a look I wore out in Vegas, so I went full glam with the lashes and the liner and the drama and the glitter. So really loved this look. I felt very pretty, paired it with a nude lip, and went out and had a great night out on the town in Vegas. Another Vegas look, another purple look. This was a look that I wore out dancing with my girlfriends. I put on a hot pink lip just to bring out the pinks in the dress. And then this might even be the same eyeshadow. No, this is the same eyeshadow, but it's like a different time of night. I think I just added that hot pink cheek and that hot pink lip to go out dancing. So there you go. I can recycle my makeup look and just change it up with just a few little switches. Okay, this look I had a lot of fun playing with. This was something I filmed for a Get Ready With Me, but I haven't edited it and posted it yet, but go ahead, you can see the look right here. My husband's so funny. He came home and asked if I had just gotten back from a little girl's birthday party where I got my face painted, which is definitely kind of the vibe it's giving off. I didn't love how it turned out, but I was just playing and experimenting with makeup, and it washes off and it's fun, so I didn't really care that much. But forget about the flowers. Let's talk about the eyeshadow. I do have Lavender Sky in this look all over the lid, and I'm pretty darn sure I have the purple shimmer as well in the outer part of the lid, and maybe I have Bloom in the crease. I'm really not sure. It's a blur. I'll have to go back and look at the footage for that one, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. This was a very simple look here. It has Lavender Sky all over the lid, and I blended it in with some neutrals in the crease. So you can see it really does pull quite neutral. Doesn't pull purple at all. It's not a strong purple, and it's pretty. The looks pretty. It's just nothing very exciting. This was one of my favorite looks I created this month. For this look, I have Bloom all through the crease. You can see the pink poking through, and then I have rose pink all over the lid, and then I did like a little pop of green on the lower lash line using a product that I'm using from my deck of painting project. So I thought it was really pretty. I loved the pop of green underneath, and I felt very pretty with that look. Another very simple everyday look. I believe this also has Lavender Sky all over the lid, but I paired it with some more neutrals. Again, it's very simple, nothing very noteworthy there, but just I didn't take a lot of pictures this month, so I might as well share the ones that I have, and I can guarantee you there's a pan of eyeshadows shade in here, and I'm pretty sure it's Lavender Sky. I might have even mixed it with rose pink. That's possible. And our last look is probably one of my favorites from this month. I think the only shade in this look from my Pan Those Eyeshadows palette is Bloom. It's in my crease. You can see it's a little bit rosy in the crease. It doesn't scream pink because I believe I have that pink blended in with some more neutral browns to just kind of, again, mellow them out a little bit. And works really well. So I really love that look. Thought it was really nice. I need to wear more greens. I'm painting a green. Believe it or not, I just keep forgetting to use it. And that is the last look. And that is the end of this video because I don't have any shades rolling out. Don't have anything rolling in. I got nothing for you, but I'm still happy I was able to update everyone here today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up before you leave. And if you're new here, hey, stick around, subscribe. I would love to have you in my little community of this corner of the internet. It's a cozy little place where we just play with makeup and nothing's too serious around here. And, you know, I'm not a professional. This is just a hobby and it's fun. And I hope it's fun for you to watch as well. Oh, by the way, someone came to say hello. My little butter. So if you subscribe, oh my gosh, he hates the light. If you subscribe, you'll see more of my adorable, adorable kitty, my Siamese flame point, butter baby. Hi. So you don't want to miss out on that. Now do you? I'm sending my love out to you wherever you are in the world that this video finds you. I hope you're doing well, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. But until then, take care. Bye.